Welcome to One India News Hour. India's digital payment market is going to become 500 billion USD industry. India's digital economy is expected to grow at a faster rate, and as per the recent BCG Group and Google study, in 5 years, India's digital payment itself is going to become 500 billion USD industry. Recently, Facebook-owned popular instant messaging app launched its payment services in India. It allows users to send and receive money to their contacts while chatting. It uses UPI, a payment infrastructure built by a coalition of large banks in the country, to send and receive money. This year, we have seen many UPI-related frauds, and several banks have issued advisories alerting their users about the same. As more options for digital payments are introduced, we can see more similar cases in the future. The BharatNet program seeks to connect all villages in the country with optical fiber, covering nearly 6,25,000 villages to improve telecommunications in India and reach the campaign goal of Digital India. With more users connected to the internet, the incidents related to frauds may seem to be uptick. The NCRB's, that is National Crime Record Bureau Cybercrimes data for 2019 shows that the motive behind most of the cases registered is fraud. The country has been digitizing its healthcare sector under the National Digital Health Mission. The platform includes the following key features like Health ID, Health Facility Registry, that is HFR, Personal Health Records, that is PHR, Electronic Medical Records, DigiDoctor, and it will also include e-pharmacy and telemedicine services. During the COVID-19 national emergency, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare shared telemedicine practice guidelines on March 25th of 2020 to enable registered medical practitioners to provide healthcare using telemedicines. This year, we have already seen incidents where medical details of over 120 million Indian patients have been leaked and made freely available on the internet. Recently, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories also confirmed that a cybersecurity breach was a ransomware attack. After a week of this incident, another Indian pharmaceutical company, Lupin, has confirmed an information security incident that had affected multiple internal systems. The above incidents indicate that the healthcare sector is expected to see a rise in attacks during 2021. So let's look into today's headlines in One India. Biden has broken the record in the history of US by winning over 8 crore votes. Former Vice President Joe Biden broke the record for the largest number of votes cast for any president of US. US President-elect Joe Biden has become the first presidential candidate to win over 8 crore votes, CNN reported. President Donald Trump has won the second highest number of votes at over 7.38 crores, it added. Ex-President Barack Obama, who won about 6.95 crore votes during the 2008 election, hold the record for the third highest number of votes. Google Pay clarifies not to charge any transfer fees from Indian users. Google on Wednesday issued a clarification saying Indian users will not have to pay any fee for money transfers on Google Pay and that the charges are for US users. However, as per the latest developments, it has been reported that the transfer is only applicable in the US market and it would not impact the users in India. Google will charge a fee of 1.5% or $0.31, whichever is higher, when you transfer out money with a debit card. However, that is not for Indian users. Google had earlier announced that it will be launching a redesigned Google Pay app next year. Safety as important as speed, says PM Modi to states on COVID-19 vaccine. Prime Minister Narendra Modi discussed COVID-19 vaccine distribution and reviewed the situation in a meeting with chief ministers and said that in the first stage, the vaccine will be given to the frontline health workers, the second to police and sanitization workers, in the third to people above 50 and to those with comorbid conditions in the fourth stage. He further said that whichever vaccine India will administer to its citizens will meet all scientific standards. vaccine distribution strategy will be chalked out with states, PM said. Amazon Web Services outage takes a portion of the internet down with it. Several AWS services were experiencing problems as of early Wednesday, and many have experienced a multi-hour outage that is affecting a large portion of the internet. Amazon responded and said Amazon noted that the issues are only affecting one of its 23 geographic AWS regions, but the problem has been significant enough to take out a large number of internet services. However, the company did not give a reason for the outage, only that it was experiencing increased error rates and that it was working on a resolution. Questions arise on Paytm's Chinese ownership a day after new app ban. MobiKwik took out a full front-page advertisement in the Hindustan Times asking readers if they were still using the Chinese app to pay bills even after the series of bans by the Indian government. The company said that while 220 Chinese apps have been banned, many consumers are still using the 221st to make bill payments, recharges and other activities. By positioning MobiKwik as the truly Indian payments app, the advertisement called on users to use MobiKwik for all their payment needs. Indian IT services market rose by 5.9% year-on-year in the first half of 2020. The latest report of IDC states that the Indian IT and business services market grew by 5.3% year-on-year in the first half of 2020, that is January to June 2020, as compared to the 8.9% growth in first half of 2019. It further states that the IT and business services market is expected to grow annually by 5.4% to reach $13 billion by December 2020, whereas the IT services market will begin picking up momentum gradually from 2021 onwards and is projected to grow at a CAGR of 7.2% between 2019 to 2024 and to be valued at $13.4 billion by the end of 2024. This reduced rate of growth in the IT services market in India is due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Pandemic has accelerated digital transformation in India, says Dell Technology reports. Dell Technologies study that shows organizations are shifting their digital transformation programs into high gear and have already accomplished in a few months what would normally have taken them years. The findings, updated biennially in the Dell Technologies Digital Transformation Index, that is DT Index, indicate organizations are accelerating transformational technology programs during the global COVID-19 pandemic in India. It further found that 94.7% of Indian organizations, that is globally 79.7% and APJ 83.6%, have fast-tracked some digital transformation programs this year, and 92.3%, that is global 79.3% and APJ 86%, are reinventing their business models. Personal Data Protection Bill may include data localization. The Personal Data Protection, that is PDP, bill will reportedly include the localization of data as well as the data digitization if recommendations of the Joint Parliamentary Committee are accepted. JPC members are unanimous that PDP bill should be about data and protection of data, and they are of the view that the bill will also include non-personal data with subheads about sensitive critical data. The Personal Data Protection Bill is likely to undergo a complete transformation as intent of the bill is likely to get changed. Government to set up electronic vehicle, that is EV charging stations at 69,000 petrol pumps across India. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari said the government is planning to set up at least one e-charging kiosk at around 69,000 petrol pumps across the country to induce people to go for electric vehicles. Gadkari has asked industry stakeholders to work towards making India an electronic vehicle hub by 2025. GST on electronic vehicles has been reduced to 5%. It also allows delinking of battery cost of 2 to 3 wheelers from vehicle cost, as it accounts for nearly 30% of the cost. The personal data of over 2.8 lakh White Hat Junior students, teachers are exposed. Recently, the online coding platform for children, Byju's-owned company White Hat Junior has now exposed the personal data of around 2.8 lakh students and teachers for an undetermined time due to multiple vulnerabilities of the company's server. Sources said the company was using Amazon Web Services, that is AWS servers, and the S3 buckets where data is stored were left open, allowing access into folders containing documents, files, data and videos. An independent security researcher found the vulnerability and reported it to the company, which fixed it later. Summing up, thousands of Spotify users have been urged to check their security protection following a major cyber attack on the service. The music streaming platform and education platforms, including Byju's controlled White Hat Junior, are also reportedly being hit by a credential stuffing attack that could allow hackers to take over user accounts, disrupting playlists and profiles, with around 300 million Spotify accounts at risk. This is happening because of digital advertisers, like in this digital era, by giving the free hand to all the companies comes with disruptive ideas like general information like our phone numbers, which is now linked with all of our banking, non-banking and social activities, is very sensitive. Companies storing even non-PII data must consider the effect of such a data breach on not only their business but also on their users. With technology to clone SIM cards and such emerging tech, leak of phone numbers, email ID and passwords can be disastrous, especially for the users who use similar passwords across various platforms. Companies must take very serious data security initiatives to protect such data, monitor how it is being handled and prevent their exploitation. With more and more data breaches being reported regularly, it is time enterprises understand the sensitivity of such user data and relook at their approach for data security. Lockdown has made many businesses go digital, and micro, small and medium enterprises, that is MSMEs, are no exception. The MSMEs have to ensure that this change has to be smooth. We see ransomware actors like Maze, CI0P, also called as Clockvirus, Nefilmi and Networker, targeting different industries in India such as financial services, oil drilling services, pharmaceutical, commodity and services providers, automotive supplies, footwear manufacturers, professionals and consumer services and manufacturing and industrialists. We expect this tendency to be continued in 2021. The amount and complexity of changes we have witnessed that have affected the cyber threat environment could dictate many scenarios for what is to come ahead. So beware and stay safe. With this, let's wind up for the day. But do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.